Hey Petros, it's Peter. Thought I'd respond to your cool bike video with a hopefully similarly cool bike video. Really liked all the detail that you had there. I think I can't nerd out quite as much as you. I bow to you and your bike knowledge. But I think other people will probably be interested in that video too. So maybe you'll get some views on that. I don't know. I wanted to just like respond by saying that I thought your bike was super cool, and it was kind of only second only to number 27, I think it was, that you called it. Very cool bike, and I'm glad that you're happy with it. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to just show off my bike as well, and it's a little less flashy. And I probably can't tell you as much about it, but I'll try. This is a 2015 Santa Cruz Nomad V3. It's 160 millimeter travel front, 165 on the back. It was matte black when I got it, and I thought it would look cool going with this gold fender that Lindsay and I got in Austria at the Solden Bike Park, which I had in my toolbox for forever. Thought it'd be kind of fun to trim it up with some gold stickers on the front and side, on the back, and those went on pretty good. I haven't done frame stickers before. I assume those will like eventually peel off. I don't know, try to take care of them, but I guess it'll go back to stealthy black eventually. I put new brake pads on. I rebuilt the fork. It's my first ever 200-hour service on a fork. Learned quite a bit there. Replaced all the bearings in the frame, which was new for me, not too tricky once I had the right tool, which was a lot better than trying to use the sockets and threaded rod trick. So if you haven't done that before, you probably have, but don't bother without the tool. I'm gonna get around to servicing the shock. I've got the kit for it, just need an afternoon or two. New chain. The tubes I took out and it's set up tubeless. It's kind of doing this like weeping thing. I'm not sure if that's normal. I need to maybe Google that. I think that's actually like just a little bit of sealant maybe, but I haven't had any problems with there's a 2.3 on the back and a 2.5 on the front. I haven't had any problems with them holding here despite dinging up the rear one pretty good. At the Enduro race, I did that first Enduro series race in Huntsville. It was a lot of fun, and I would do those again, except the next ones were in North Bay, and there might be another one at Horseshoe. I actually probably mainly using this bike at Horseshoe on the way to the cottage near Peterborough, so it's kind of a do everything bike, but mostly a downhill bike, because I have an XC bike with 120 millimeters travel, and that gets me around almost everywhere in Ontario. The one thing I learned at the Enduro race, I think if I wanted to be more competitive, I saw a lot of the guys were using clips for that. Even though I really like these Alston pedals, these are sick. I've never had pedals that sharp before, or like low profile. They sit really flat, which is sick. They're great, but I think there was a couple spots in that Enduro race that if I could have just got the pedal to the metal down a little bit harder with some clips, would have gone a little faster. I don't know, I think I really badly need to do the brake bleed, and I've been kind of putting it off, but I should have all the stuff for it. I'm just not really good at brake bleeds. I've screwed it up before. That's probably pretty important. I think I'm losing a bit of power when I took it to Horseshoe. I think it was causing me a little bit of problems. Anyways, I don't want to make it too long, and there's not too much more really to say. I would probably consider a few upgrades on this bike without, pouring too much more money on it. I got $2,000 for it in the first place, and because I'm only using it in kind of a very specialized way, I don't want to like put a ton more money into it other than sort of the basics. But one thing would probably be like a bigger rotor on the front than the 180. The XC brakes are pretty powerful, but I think given I'm using it kind of as a downhill rig almost, or a bike park bike, probably a little bit more braking power on the front would be nice. Shifts okay, it's an 11 speed. Might try putting the old chain back on, even though it was a little rusty. I think that my cassette is actually a little worn out because it's making kind of a ratchety noise, even though it's got a new chain on it. So I might just run the drivetrain out on the existing chain. Other than that, everything was working great. I've had this bike at Horseshoe. Did have a pretty nasty wipeout at Horseshoe recently, but I'm okay. I think in a couple weeks I'll be 100%. Probably just needed to get the suspension tuned in a little bit better. There's some really soft corners there. There's a trail at Horseshoe to watch out for there. I think it's a double black. Might have been just a single black. Shake and brake. Anyways, that's got like real nasty spot on it, which I found a tree on, but it wasn't really the bike's fault. Might have been a late in the afternoon, just ate lunch, not paying attention kind of crash, but this bike has served me well. I replaced the bearings in the headset. Already mentioned the bearings in the frame. Bottom bracket is good. I'm not really, I don't think, sold on the tires. I think it's a little weird to maybe have a narrower one on the back. Might upgrade the tires at some point. And I think I've got a bit of a dent, like I said, in this rear rim. You wouldn't be able to see it, but they're kind of narrow too. I think ARC 27s, I think that's pretty, like that's more of like an XC rim, and I probably do want to use this more as all mountain enduro bike. So anyways, just a short tour of my bike. Let me know what you think, and mostly I just wanted to tell you how cool your bike was, and that I was really happy that you had something that you were happy with after the tragedy that shall not be named. I do hope that we get out riding together soon. And it was sort of unfortunate that we didn't get more of a ride in when we did connect, but I mean, I think now there's more reason than ever that we should connect sometime too, and there's lots of time left in this season for us to get together for a ride, so I hope it happens. Talk to you later.